And there we have it. Open up this tab, make it smaller. So there we have it. Now we got this all figured out here to an extent. Which we can get rid of this fucking bar side. So, interesting thing of the day, guys. So, I'm going live on YouNow, but I'm also live on YouTube. For those who are curious upon live streaming and how to become successful within live streaming, mosquito. Okay, I know I killed it this time. So, again, like I said, how to become successful within live streaming is that you set a specific amount of date, like how many times you're going to go live on a platform. Now, I'm not just exclusively upon YouNow, or I haven't really used YouTube Studio in a long time. So, I think my last one was back in 2019, I think. I'm not certain. I could be wrong. Maybe 2018. But, again, it's been a while. But there's other platforms out there, like Twitch. Then you also have TikTok. You know, I'm in the midst of actually creating a Twitch. You know, trying to get that set up. I'm also setting up a Discord upon, like, my followers and how people can actually interact with one another. Now, granted, you know, I can't manage all of it. I'm not the brightest tool in the shed here, especially with technology. But the one thing I do know is that when you're trying to live stream, it's one of those things where people are like, how do I become successful? I'm not talking about doing some crazy ass, like, and again, pardon the French upon this for the YouTube watchers. Alright. But I'm going to give it to you straight. Being a streamer does not mean that you need to put your life at risk. You know, doing dangerous stunts that can possibly get you hurt. Now, if you know what you're doing, that you're a professional in your opinion, also make sure that you do not try this at home, because you gotta realize you have people out there that will do this stuff at home and not care. Like, hey, you know, I don't want to go home and do this because I saw him do it or her do it. Doesn't mean that you need to do it just to gain the followers. Simply having small quotes that helps people, or, you know, do something good in the community to help your community. That's part of, like, being a human anyways. When you get a lot of views, no. It starts from the ground up. You're going to hit your low points. You're going to hit your high points. You know, eventually, when you get out there, you're always progressing and you're always learning new things. So, never doubt yourself into that extent. Like, hey, I'm not as good as this person on YouTube. I'm not this good of a person on YouNow. You know, never doubt yourself. But also, keep in mind, when you do go live, it is your choice to go live. Because when I'm on YouNow, it's a constant thing I have to deal with trolls. You know, constantly. Now they're like, hey, how do you handle trolls? You know, well, it's simple. you hurt their feelings. Don't show that it gets to you. I'm not saying say some off the wall stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that. Don't go doing that. Please do not. What I am telling y'all is this. When a troll comes into your stream and they're saying all this stuff and you're being polite about it, saying, hey, I really don't like you saying that stuff, and they're constantly saying it, well, simply what you do is you just let it be. Let your audience take care of it. You don't really have to do anything. Now, if you're on YouNow, there's literally a block button that you just simply press, and they can never come to your stream again. Now, would that stop them? No. I had experience with this. No, this person, and it's a funny story to this. It really is. I had a streamer on YouNow who actually came inside. I guessed with them. Everything was kosher because he was a low level. I was like, this guy's pretty cool. Legit, shows his face, no problems. Until he says, hey, you want to see something cool? I said, yeah, sure. He flashes his dick. He flashes his own junk on live stream. And in my stream, and I'm like, okay, immediately dropped. Because this is something that, I don't condone. If you want to go do that, go on some website that you can go do that on. Not here. We got kids that, are on this platform too. You want to go to jail, that's you. But do it somewhere else. Don't do it in my stream. And this dude just immediately goes off, like, why did you drop me? No. I was like, because you flashed yourself. This is not a place where you need to do that. You need to go take that somewhere else. Not in my stream. He gets all defensive, calls me all these names. I'm like, okay, listen here, it. He's like, it? I'm not an it. I was like, judging by you not having anything down there, because I didn't see shit. The fuck am I supposed to call you a he, she? He's getting all defensive. All my audience is just like going nuts by this point. They're just ramming onto him. I was like, you know what? You got about 5 seconds. 5 seconds before I call a moderator in here, and you'll get IP banned. Because right now, as we speak, my audience is actually reporting you for flashing, for a decent exposure. He's like, they don't even do nothing. I was like, How about this? You're down to 3, you're about to be at 1 second. They're about to come on in here, remove you from the stream, IP ban you, and I'm going to laugh. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Moderator, now it's obviously when a moderator comes into YouNow, it's in bold red, YouNow moderator, and it says, like, something like, it basically chats inside the audience saying that this person has been removed. I said, did you also IP ban them? Because they can somewhat interact with not just the viewers, but also the broadcaster. Now, they're not allowed to divulge that information. But judging by the sound of it, they did. So I was like, thank God. Last thing you have is some weird guy on here flashing himself. All it takes is one person to do that to a kid and their parents watching, and then that's a lawsuit. That's something else that you have to deal with. Which was interesting to say the least. That's what you have to deal with as a broadcaster. Now, not all the time that you will have to deal with that. But there's also these things, too, that we all have to be concerned about. What does the audience think of us behind closed doors, when we go live? And do we read the comments? Yes, we do read the comments. Some of us can, some of us can't. We just talk and talk because it helps relieve our stress as humans. Now, I have actually been asked this as a streamer. What is the most difficult thing to deal with when you're streaming? Now, that gave me some thought. I was like, the hardest thing that as a streamer or content creator has to deal with is competition, timing. Now, when I say competition, I mean like other content creators. They're constantly dealing with that. But it's also the timing difference. The timing difference is based upon if you work or not. If you work, it's kind of hard to actually find that perfect time to stream, to talk, and actually make something and make a difference. And it's also money-wise too, because some of us don't really have that setup. Some of us don't have mobile cameras that basically is steady. We always have to use our hands. We're always trying to up our game as a broadcaster or a content creator. That's always another hard thing. It's always money issues as well. So that leads back to the whole job. You have to have a job to get money. In order to get money, you have to have a job. It bounces back and forth. And to order to actually keep on broadcasting, to create content for your viewers, is simply this. What's up, Justin? How you doing? Like I said, the interesting thing to it is this. When you're trying to, simply help people are going to mistake that kindness for weakness. And people have to also realize is that never confuse the two. Never. I'm only 25 years old, going on 26. And I'm having grown adults looking at me just like, you haven't lived life yet. I'm like, yeah, I haven't lived life yet, but I've learned from y'all. Don't lump me in with my own age group. I hate that shit. Because I'm not as stupid or do stupid shit as my generation would. I've worked from a very young age. Since I was 13, I was mowing grass. I wish I would have saved to actually make better content. I never really got into broadcasting until my little bro showed up. He's like, hey, there's this platform that I'm on. Check it out. It's cool as hell. I did it. I did it back in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And it was so happened to be you now. I've been on that platform for years. I've been on this platform for years. I started up a YouTube channel back in 2018. I've only posted a few things, and then all of a sudden, I'm now getting back into the swing of things to put myself out there. As a streamer, it's vital to actually go live, make content on so many platforms as much as possible as you can. You see, TikTok, you're not just a content creator, but you can also go live on there too to make a difference, to show that, hey, I'm putting myself out there. Here's my Twitch account. Here's my YouNow account. Here's my YouTube account. Here's all my other social media if you ever want to talk. These are things that are necessary as a broadcaster for you to continue as a broadcaster. Now think about that. How many times do you think I said broadcaster? Just within that motion, within that single sentence alone. broadcasting is not something that is very easy, because if you have to rewind to that, find out on how many times I said broadcaster, it shows how much difficulty it is. And you won't prepare for it, just like life. Life is never going to be giving you a chance to prepare for yourself. So if I give y'all the heads up, like, hey, this is what you need to do as a streamer or as a content creator, that's what you need to do, because it's going to make an impact upon your viewers. It's going to make you have more subscribers. It's going to make you twice as big as I am. Maybe 3 times. There are people out there that don't make really a lot of content, that sits up there just like, hey, I got up to this high just in a single week. It was, and some people actually literally have to climb. But those people that actually have to climb and struggle, those are the people that have actually seen the worst of it. And they know how to survive it. I can preach about broadcasters on a daily. Now, I do know quite a few famous broadcasters on YouNow. I really do. I know them pretty well, not on like a first name basis type thing, but I do interact with them. I do talk to them. They actually enjoy seeing me from a lot of the times. And as I had that realization to it, do I ever call upon, like, hey, can you give me a big shout out? No. I don't like doing that. And when my audience comes to my stream, I don't ask them to, hey, please like, share, and interact. That's their choice. That's their option. Now, yes, it would be nice if they did that. Which is, I'm going to prove a point to this. Especially with YouNow. Now, that's going to soon change for me on YouNow. That's going to be a given. That has to change somewhere. So I gave it some thought. I gave it some interesting things, because I'm having people passing me by. One of the hardest things as a dyslexic person, yes, I have dyslexia. I'm on the spectrum. But I don't ever use that as an excuse. It's kind of weird, right? Like somebody that, has the intellect of somebody that's way older than what they originally are, but yet they can't they're on the spectrum. Like, what sense does that make? None. It does not make any sense. People told me to give up streaming, because of my disability. That's never going to stop me. As a streamer, I feel like that is something that I want to do, and if I choose to quit, that's on my own terms as a streamer. Like, me streaming and me talking, even if it's just by myself, that's never bothered me. Because at least I know that, my voice can actually reach out to somebody when somebody comes in. They might not know what I'm talking about. They might not know what I'm dealing with. But by me talking and venting out some frustrations or something that's not right, or whether that is with streaming. That's the name of the title, streaming. Of course, on YouNow it's different. I actually have it on a whole other system. But YouNow is something that I'm on. I've actually enjoyed it for a long time. I've been on there for damn near 6 years. 6 or 7 years, something like that. Let's see. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 6 years. 6 years I've been on this platform. On YouNow. And for my YouTubers, yes, I'm currently live also on YouNow as well. So I'm bouncing in between the two. But yeah, it's not something that, most streamers can actually end up doing. They're just like, no, I need to focus on one or the other. I have a set time when I will be going live, such as Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Now, I missed Friday, and here we are on Sunday. I was like, nope, I'm going straight to live today. No ifs, no ands, no buts about this. I'm going in to do it. Because I need to do it. I have a set schedule. 2 days I go live for TikTok. But once I have my Twitch set up, that's all going to change. That's all going to change. Now, I never said streaming is going to be easy. Will I be going live during times when I'm supposed to be live for another platform? No. Maybe after I stream for one, I'll go stream on the other. It's all about timing. It's all about fitting into that set time. Now, I never know when I'm going to be off. Now, luckily, this week, I actually have 5 days off. 5 days. So, I got plenty of time. I got plenty of time to actually, talk, hang out, chill with people. This is like a time to where, I can actually do all my streaming, everything that needs to be done. But if you have already a fit schedule, it makes it that much harder. It really does. It makes it that much harder to actually be able to say, hey, I'm going to go live at this time. Hey, I'm going to go live at that time. Also make sure when you're going live, make sure that you, on your social media, you are announcing it. Hey, guys, I'm going live on this amount. I'm going live at this time. I'll be on this long. So definitely come check me out. We got some very interesting things that I got to talk about. So don't miss it. These are the things that we got to do as broadcasters. Now, when it comes to YouTube, it's different. You're working with a whole other algorithm. Same with Twitch. Twitch is a different algorithm. I'm trying to say that word very well. Please, I know everybody's going to make fun of me for that. But I don't care. But I'm telling y'all from the experience of me broadcasting for 6 years, this is something that I had to do. My view count is not always going to be up. I don't really care for that as a broadcaster. Will that ever get me up in places? No. But I do this because I want to. It's not because I have to. It is a choice as a person that I choose to go live. I take the risk of dealing with trolls. I deal with a lot of things on a day-to-day basis, such as shitty coworkers, family issues, relationship issues. You never know what life's going to throw at you. So you have to know when it is time for you to be able to go live. Because trying to juggle that all into your own personal stuff, it makes it that much harder as a broadcaster. Just, I cannot pronounce your name and you left. Don't care. See, people like that, they come in, they leave, they're like, huh? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're down on the totem pole, you're just talking to yourself. I don't fucking care. That shit right there, as a streamer, is that going to affect me? No. Does it hurt my feelings knowing that people leave like that? Yes. Because, in all honesty, I'm giving out a formula that can potentially bring them up from where they are now to something so much bigger than themselves. on them on how they want to do it. Because nobody can tell them. Nobody can tell you how to actually be a streamer. And nobody can tell you how to actually continue to be a streamer. It's up to you and you alone. And that's the hardest thing as a streamer. Sometimes, there's broadcasters and content creators, they need to take a break and get away from everything. And don't go blaming them for that, because, that's the way that they need to take care of it, and let them take care of it. Say, I'm tired of this. I need to take a break. Once they take that break, they will come back. Shit. Because they have to get their priorities straight. They have to take some downtime. Whatever it may be. They could have got married. Your favorite content creator or your favorite streamer, they might have got married. They told you they're on a honeymoon. You think they're going to go live on their honeymoon? I wouldn't. I wouldn't go live on my honeymoon. Somebody tells me, hey, aren't you going to go live? I thought I told you I was on my honeymoon. I'm not going live. No matter how much you beg, plead, and try to get me to go live. That is my R&R time. That is my time where I can actually just relax, chill, and have a good time. So, just keep that in mind as a streamer. It's going to be dealing with a lot. And life is never going to be easy, though. Being a streamer is not going to be easy. My best advice for anybody that is streaming is that if it's a negative comment, don't pay no attention to it. Because it's not worth your time. It's not worth the effort of going out of your way to basically go at them. There's little keyboard warriors trying to prove something to you. And it's not really worth it. It just really isn't. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. And that's the way I see it. If somebody's got a problem with you, then, let them have a problem with you. Welcome back. And you're gone again. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this shit. But with that being said, I don't want to make this live stream very long on here, but I will continue being live on YouNow. So just keep in mind what I said, but you being a streamer is not going to be easy. And keep in mind, nothing will ever be easy in this world. Just apply the tools that I've given you to where you can become successful. Like always, guys, remember to drop a like, also subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll be seeing y'all on the flip side.